and the golden voice of Neal Ruhl. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to Friday, everybody. It is Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. D-Mac is out. We got our guy. We go champion for champion on this show. NBA champion Lindsey Hunter here in the building. Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Good to be back in the chair. Lindsey, what was going on? Outdoor power equipment yesterday.
Man. Now, here it is, Neal.
I'm checking on the social medias. You got D-Mac and Spenmo flying around on lawnmowers everywhere. What was going on out there?
Look, I'm a big outdoors guy.
Me too.
I love cutting lawn. I love doing that type of stuff.
I do too.
It's fun to me.
Yeah.
But there's no way in the hell I'm racing on a lawnmower. D-Mac crashed before the first turn. What the hell?
It's true.
Now, Spenmo, you were partaking. You were active.
I was.
You got worked by a little child.
I did. I did.
Now, I gave you the qualifiers why it was okay. See, up there in Ray Township, that's about the line, right? Like you're getting up north down here.
Yeah.
It's as close to up north down here as you can be.
Oh yeah.
People are built for that up there.
Oh no, yeah. The kid was ready. He was ready. He had the power mullet. He had Oakleys on.
He did.
Yeah, he went. He was the main character for sure.
Can we get him on the show one time?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I think he's the owner's son. So
perfect. Yeah, you had no chance.
Yeah, no.
He was whipping around there. It was incredible scenes out there for sure. Incredible scenes. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jump in there. Detroit Dabber 313. What up, though? Happy Friday. Big Play Jay. What up? I'm glad to see What Up, though. Just out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
Is coming back. So that is pretty cool. But, hey, we appreciate all you guys jumping in. We got a couple of packages. We're not going silly big package Friday today. Not the biggest of big packages Friday. But, you know.
We got a couple.
We got a couple packages.
Medium package Friday.
Yeah. It's a medium package Friday. But yeah, this wasn't on the sheet or anything like that. I'm asking as a married guy here, Lindsey, for some advice. I just got the email from PXG. I got some new irons.
Nice.
And they're being shipped.
Nice.
Now here's the crux of it. I'm gonna come clean. You know, in case my wife has intel watching the show right now. I'm going to come clean. Number one, D-Mac set this up, which is cool. Number two, my oldest son came to me and said, hey, Dad, like, he went up north with his buddy and their family, and they played golf, and he's like, you know, I kind of dig it. And I've been trying to get him to play forever, and he just wasn't having it, probably because it's his dad, you know.
Right, of course.
But he kind of digs it. And so, for me, I was like, I'd like to get him a set of clubs. I'm getting close to the new iron cycle.
Right.
D-Mac had the plug over there at PXG, so I was like, all right, I'll do it. And then I'll take my old clubs, I'll give them to him.
Right.
And we'll try to slide out there and do it.
Right.
So, you know, when that box shows up, ... What, Lindsey, I have to ask you, what's the biggest and it, you know, it wasn't tons of money, it wasn't thousands of dollars or anything like that. What's the biggest, was it the Ferrari? Like, what was the biggest purchase that was off the books that you had to deal with once it showed up?
Definitely the Ferrari. I got hoes with that one, buddy. I thought I could keep it under wraps.
Thought I could keep a Ferrari under wraps.
Yeah, because so when I bought it, I just paid for it, and I told the dealership to keep it. I was like, just keep it at the dealership till I figure this thing out.
Till I figure this thing out.
Lo and behold, a giant bouquet of flowers comes to my house. Congratulations on your brand new purchase. Welcome to the Ferrari family.
I love that story. And it was all downhill from there.
Hell broke.
Yeah, but I thought that was funny. Appreciate you guys stepping in yesterday and holding down the fort. Had a good time in the golf outing. Played with Coach Campy.
Nice.
Coach Tungate. He did. Yep, he did. Tony Paul from the Detroit News had a good team. Got it cooking. Yeah, we got to cook it a little bit.
Good
Made
guy.
a couple birdies on my own ball, spin
Okay.
There you go.
We're back,
That's what
baby.
it's all
We are
about.
back in these streets.
That's what it's all about.
So Neal, did you take lessons?
I have taken one lesson in my life.
One? Oh, but
Yeah.
you played golf though.
I did, as a
So
kid growing
you
up.
grew
Yeah.
up playing golf. Okay. Because my challenge is, because I've been talking, I've been talking to people about golf, like.
Yeah. I can tell you
play.
want to get in.
I don't
I
know.
can tell.
I
You
don't
do.
know. I don't know.
Cut the shit, Lindsey. You want to get in.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm seriously thinking about it. I'm talking to,
You'll get in there. That an athlete, competitive nature will take over.
See, that's my problem.
Yeah, and
That's
you're
my
going to
problem.
become obsessed with it.
That's my problem. That's my fear.
You'll either quit or you'll be great at it.
So no.
One
So
of the two.
this is the type of personality I am. I'm not going to just go play. Like if I decide to do it, I'm going to go.
You're
take
going
lessons.
all in.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna take lessons. I'm gonna see how my lessons go. If I can, if the whoever's teaching me tells me, okay, yeah, you're decent. You're good enough to go out and
Figure this out.
Yeah, but if they tell me too late, then I'm gonna be like, oh, screw it, I'm not doing it.
Go fishing.
Keep
Go fishing instead.
I'm great at fishing.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Lorena Rios. Neal sporting the pink shirt again. I am. I will be I'll be going to the airport after the show. Got Detroit City FC television, TV 20 tomorrow for their match. Big match that they really need to get a win on. So I'll be going down there to do the TV. Detroit Dabber 313. That's like the SEC for lawn mowing up there. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I would agree. I would agree for sure.
SEC.
You got to be built different to compete up there.
Would you say you were Jim Harbaugh in Michigan football, and that kid was like Georgia or Bama?
Yeah, I would say so.
Like you were feeling good about
I was
yourself.
feeling good. I was ready.
You're a man that'll get out in the yard and do some stuff.
I've never driven a zero turn
Oh,
before.
well, you disqualified.
yeah, I beat easy, so that's all that matters.
That's not the bar you want.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I've had that zero turn. I owned one and I loved it. And it would have you out there cutting acres just for fun.
That thing is pretty. They're pretty dope.
I'm telling you, man, it's fun, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Loved it.
Jan says fishing is the best. It is. I do like
Yes,
fishing.
Jan,
Fishing is
fishing-
like golf, except the worst thing that can happen is you don't catch a fish.
Right, but the tranquility, being on the water.
Yeah, it is great.
Then at the end of the day, you get your beverage of choice and you tail it off with, a nice nightcap, and if you catch something, great. If you don't, still great.
Yeah. And everyone jumping in here. Mason Leach. Neal's takes are like Michigan State trying to get a first down on Georgia. A, I'm not a Michigan State person. And B, it's like Michigan trying to get a first down on Georgia, too.
Or TCU.
Or,
They
like-
scored 45 points. They got plenty of first downs. That wasn't the problem.
They didn't get it when it counted.
Fine, they lost.
Gave up almost 300 rushing, too, right?
They sure did. To the backup, because Kendra Miller went out. Not a good day for me. Not a good day for me.
Go Blues, and here comes a contingent. I'll give credit to Neal. He can find new and creative ways to troll Michigan every damn day. Okay, from now on, I'll substitute Michigan for Big Ten. Is that fair?
No, we won Michigan.
You be yourself, Neal Ruhl. That's how we've gotten to where we are now. Just be yourself.
Okay. Okay. Andrew Klingerman. Neal trolling already. No, was I trolling or stating facts?
I think it's factual. It's
Okay.
like you said, you can replace it with Big Ten. It doesn't have to just be Michigan, but Michigan is the top of the Big Ten right now. So
That's what I was told.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was told. No, we got a lot of stuff to get to here today on the show. We got some critical Lions questions. We do have a Lions nickel package as well. Lindsey's here, so we'll have a little NBA fast break segment. Also, the Ben Johnson stuff. You put this on the sheet. We're going to get into that coming up in just a little bit. Look, I know that I've been labeled scared, not stoked, and things like that.
See my glasses?
I do.
I see how you looked at me.
You going to the mall after this? Or? My day's coming though, Lynn. I low key, like I tread lightly because I can tell already my day's coming.
Oh, yeah, it's coming, buddy.
I know.
It's coming fast, too.
Yeah. Steve O'Baby says, Sam, don't worry, man. Lindsey, Hunter, and JB have the Lions winning the Super Bowl.
Let's go. No, I didn't say winning. I said get there.
JB has them going to the Super Bowl.
They're going.
Lorena Rios says you look like Gilligan with glasses.
Hey, it's a good look.
There's some Run DMC LL Cool J vibes to it.
Yeah, I like this look right here. I think I'm going to try this more often. I don't normally wear my glasses, but I can't see. My eyesight is getting really bad, man. I never thought the day would come that I could need glasses.
Yeah. Chuck Brewer says, ask the actual self-proclaimed Michigan hater if he's trolling or factual, LOL. You are a Michigan hater.
I hate Michigan for sure.
Yeah, you went to Michigan State. Like, it's on brand.
Yeah.
I don't. I just make up observations that are factual.
Yeah.
And it bothers people that they're factual.
I openly hate Michigan, vehemently.
Yeah. I expect more from Michigan than their fans do, Sam Flannel, correct?
No, absolutely not. I said I expect a national championship this year, 100%. Natty or bust.
Well, that's not going to happen. But I don't I don't hate Michigan or Michigan State. I just hate the fans that are so obsessed and they talk crazy every year about how great they are, and then they come up goose eggs, and then now they look at you like, well, they give excuses. No,
we took another step.
Yeah, no, you didn't take another
Ohio
step.
State.
You've been taking lateral steps since Harbaugh got there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, hey, Lorena Rios, M Go Blue, we got it. Todd say Neal troll. No way. That's where I'm at with it. But yeah, lawnmower races, man. That's wild, Spenny.
Fun, man.
It was a lot of fun.
Looked dangerous though.
Was it dangerous? Did you feel in danger at all?
No. He cut me off a couple times. the little kid, he lapped me and cut me off. That was a little. I didn't know because I didn't want to crash the thing. It's an expensive piece of equipment.
No.
But
you got to go all in, Spin. If he cuts you off, it's got to be some paint flying.
I was trying to, move it to where he couldn't get around me. I was boxing him out for a minute, and then he hit me with a juke and got around me. It was impressive.
Should have been paint flying everywhere. You cut me off.
I wish I could have seen that. Steve O'Baby, a lawnmower 500. That would be so epic. Could you do 500 miles on it?
Probably not.
No.
With a pit crew and everything.
Oh yeah.
How many laps would my man beat you by?
Oh, like 7 or 8 at least, at the very least. Kid was a legend.
Robbins Racing, says Detroit Dabber. Spenmo, you can't hate it, man. Like, if you're out there doing it, you're doing it. And that kid looked like, when you rock a mullet like that and Oakley's like that, you're serious about this. And there's no other way. Lindsey, there's no other way to describe it, man. So, credit to Spenmo for fighting the good fight. But, Lindsey, I do have a couple of questions that are Pistons related. We are going to get into this Ausar Thompson thing because we have some, it's Summer League, ... I understand that. But a lot of confirmations, questions, everything were confirmed for what I saw. So we'll get into that discussion with Lindsey, Hunter, all of that and more. I do have a Lions question, though, when we come back. And, hey, you guys were up there, Northern Macomb County, outdoor power equipment. Mm-hmm. There's another good spot up in Northern Macomb County.
There is another good spot up in Northern Macomb County, but we won't be there today. We will be at the one in Hazel Park, and that, of course, is Dispo. Because Dispo is here, and they're here to stay, and we're gonna visit them today. You can come down for Ermanni and Edwards with Maz and the Woodward Heavyweights live at Dispo in Hazel Park. Make sure you come check us out. It's going to be a lot of fun. You don't know how many edibles Maz is going to eat, but it's always going to be a good time. Make sure you check out Dispo for all your cannabis needs.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars, one for you, one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Let one of our talented, award-winning stylists make you look handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Back at it, off and running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network on a Friday. Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here in the building. Happy to have you all with us in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jump in there, leave some comments, get your thoughts out there, and we are doing it. I had a Lions question that Spenmo presented to us. And by the way, you realize we're 8 weeks away?
It's almost time.
Like 8 weeks from today, we'll be talking about and reacting to Game 1 against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Couldn't come any faster.
Oh, man, we are. Can you get that as a drop? No, but anyway, Spenmo's got this question, and this has been something that I know some of the other shows have talked about, and it's really making the rounds on social media. Is Ben Johnson the number 1 offensive coordinator in the league? And Lindsey, look.
No.
Hey, Lindsey, look. I'm a big Ben Johnson guy. I'm happy he's back. Things were different under Ben Johnson. I think that's fair to say.
Yep.
However, Lindsey, that's a little aggressive, man. You look around the National Football League and some of the stuff people are running and everything like that.
Well, we know who the number 1 guy is. Right?
Do we?
Yes! We don't know who the number 1 offensive coordinator is in the NFL?
I think we're going to find out this year by proxy because he's not where he was before.
No, he was where he was before.
Yeah, and right now Spenny's got the list up there. Boy, old Jim Bob Cooter inside the top 10. Good work if you can get it, man.
Let me see. I can't see that.
Kellen Moore with the Chargers, right? I know that's got Sam Flannel's vote.
Hey, it's an upgrade.
This is the most bogus
It's an
list
upgrade.
I've ever seen. What the hell is this? Who made this list?
PFF,
What is that?
Pro Football Focus.
They suck.
No, Lindsey, here's the deal, man.
So how is there a list without Kyle Shanahan on it?
Well, he's a head coach.
He's offensive coordinator.
He does call all the plays and run the offense. It's fair. It's fair.
Yep. Brandon Katz says Neal overrates Johnson and Goff. The Lions will face much tougher defenses this year. Goff isn't going to be playing the G League Bears defense twice this season. Well, technically they would be, right? Because they're in the division.
They upgraded some at linebacker.
No,
at
they
least.
certainly
Yes.
did. No,
Yes.
they certainly did. Well, because I've been the one telling you guys, be aware of the Bears.
Yes, you have.
Be aware.
You think the Bears
prepared.
are going to challenge a little bit?
They're going to do more than people are giving them credit for. And I think next year there fits to be a problem. Yeah. I do. But that's not what we're on right now, though. But
right.
The whole Ben Johnson mania, all I'm saying is it's a bit aggressive, Lindsey. It's a bit aggressive.
Well, here's the thing. If all of the hype is true, which we don't think it's hype, we think it's substance, right? The Lions now have substance to the hype.
A half a season of substance, right? That's, I mean, I'm not hating Lindsey. I'm the most realistic dude out here, man. Right. I'll sit and listen to somebody's takes. I can be swayed by it. But when you boil this all down, man, that's what it is. And I'm not saying that I'm not high on the Lions or I don't expect them to win the division. I'm not saying that. I'm saying Ben Johnson is the number 1 offensive coordinator in the league right now in this league. When you look around at what teams are doing offensively, I just think it's aggressive, Lindsey. That's all. I think that's fair. Flannel, wait, where are you at with this one, man?
I think that he is the best offensive coordinator in the NFL right now. And I get it. You could look at guys like Andy Reid or Kyle Shanahan, who are basically offensive coordinators who are also head coaches. But when you're looking at pure offensive coordinators, if you go off of that list, last season, the Detroit Lions were a top 5 scoring offense in the NFL. Jared Goff had the best season of his life. Amon-Ra St. Brown had over 100 catches for over 1,000 yards. And I have kind of a crazy stat for you guys about 2021. For the first 11 games of the season, the Detroit Lions were obviously 0-10-1. We're averaging 15.8 points per game, which is morbid. That's an 0-17 offense. In the last 6, when Ben Johnson kind of got elevated, had some sea legs under him to a passing game coordinator, the Lions were 3-3. The offense was scoring 25.2 points per game. Jared Goff had 9 touchdowns, 2 picks in his 4 starts. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 51 catches, 560 yards, and 5 touchdowns in 6 games. The Ben Johnson effect is real. Under Anthony Lynn, with largely the same personnel, the offense looked morbid, stuck in the mud. When Ben Johnson was elevated, he has leveled up this offense to a top 5 to 7 offense, and it stayed there ever since. It stayed there last year even for a whole season.
No, and it's funny when you go to that, Flannel, and you under Anthony Lynn, ... and I'm like, oh.
Those were rough times.
And it wasn't that long ago. That's what's wild to me. And look, Lindsey, the narrative is flipped. There is no question about it. The results are tangible. Sam Flannel gave you the numbers. And I don't disagree with anything that he said. But to say he's the best offensive coordinator in this league right now is a little extra.
Well, okay, taking away the guys that are head coaches, like you said, you know.
Andy Reid's another one.
Reid,
He's an offensive coordinator,
Sean
head
McVay.
coach.
But
yeah.
if you take those guys out the equation and just go purely offensive coordinators, then maybe so. Maybe so. But we'll see.
Am I crazy?
But my thing is this. Since, you know, all these ingredients are starting to look like a master chef is putting them together, then why can't everybody that believes these things to be true believe that the Lions have a legitimate shot to make the Super Bowl?
And that's your overriding point. You circle back to this, and you're not wrong. You're doing what I like to call working backwards, right? Like if you say this, then these 3 things have to happen or have to be true. If you're here, the build up to it is these 3 steps. You have to embrace it.
Exactly.
And I don't. And look, you're not wrong either. I'm being a little more timid, but I'm open about it. I'm saying, hey, I'll get there. I'm just not there yet like everybody else is, and that's okay.
You're getting more data that is telling you that this is what's supposed to happen, right?
Yeah, and where it is, look, for me, again, yes, there is a green arrow next to him. No question about it. He's an up-and-coming star in the business. No question about it. But at the same time, this all circles back to, Lindsey, what you said, and my bigger point about this upcoming Lions season. This is what's on the line, everybody. Like, it is real.
Yes.
And I still think that when we look ahead to week 1, or we look ahead to Ben Johnson as one of the best offensive coordinators in the game, all these things, which I'm on board, which I'm behind this microphone perpetuating too, on a daily basis. When we get through all that, we have to remember that this is what's on the line. And it gets real AF 8 weeks from today. And then you have nothing else to go on except what happens.
Right.
All the talk stops. In 8 weeks, all the talk, all of it. And it's time to put up or shut up. One of the two.
Either we're going to be stoked not scared, or
hiding. In hiding.
Or tuck our tails.
Stoked not scared.
Yeah.
Stoked not scared. Stoked not scared. Stoked not scared.
Tuck our tails. Tuck our tails.
Brandon Katz asked a question, Spenny, and as the resident, you speak for the contingent, the DeAndre Hopkins contingent.
Yes.
Brandon Katz says Detroit has a cap space to get Hopkins, and they aren't making any serious push for him. Neither is anybody else.
Yeah, nobody really is.
He just sits out there on the market. Spenmo, are you moving towards my camp a little bit?
No.
About the Scouts camp?
No.
Where he's lost his fastball?
No.
Okay.
I saw what he did last year in not a full season, coming back from the suspension, where he almost had 1,000 yards catching passes from Colt McCoy and Trace McSorley. Like, the guy is a Hall of Fame receiver. He's still
no
great,
question.
and you can sign him to a 1-year deal. You don't need him to be prime DeAndre Hopkins because, yeah, he's not in his prime anymore. That's what happens. But he is still an elite receiver on the outside. He is still a top 10 receiver in the NFL. And I think it would be a great addition, especially in the first six weeks without Jameson Williams.
Okay. Are you wavering at all?
No, I'm not wavering at all. I really want DeAndre Hopkins, but
I'm not saying you're that sub going down to see the Titanic right now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like,
not imploding.
Yeah,
Ocean
you know, I'm not saying are you imploding or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm asking.
No,
Are you surprised he's not signed?
I'm a little surprised he's not signed by now. I will say that, but you know, he's weighing his options. It's on him. He can pick where he wants to go, so I don't blame him for not jumping at the first offer, but I think it would just be such a good fit for the team.
Dude, he has he may have the best hands in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like he's
good. Yeah, he's good. He was good, no doubt. He is a Hall of Famer.
He has Chris Carter hands.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying it's interesting. Danny G says he has low ball offers, and that's it. I'm just saying, guys, like, if he were this, he'd be gone by now. There's something to it.
It may be, but I'm not. I just think a guy like him, maybe his asking price is too much right now. Maybe that's
same thing, right? It's not worth it, right? Like, I mean, that's what teams. What he's if that's the case, what he's asking for isn't what somebody's willing to pay.
Well, if a team feels like you need us more than we need you, then they can afford to say, hey, we're going to lowball him, and if he comes, he comes. If he doesn't, hey, we're okay. You know, don't let him land in San Francisco.
Yeah, that would be, or Kansas City. That would be my nightmare, having to see him week 1 in Kansas City.
Oh yeah, that would be. Oh, if he goes to Kansas City,
they're running
good night, Irene.
Yeah, they're running it back.
Yeah, so it was something that, you know, he brought up, and it was kind of good timing on it. But I'm just as far as the Ben Johnson stuff goes, I feel as though it's aggressive to anoint him the best coordinator in the NFL at this time. You know what, Flannel? And I think that this is up your alley a little bit. I am interested to see what if Bieniemy makes the Commanders a middle-of-the-range offense. That would be incredible to me. There would be something to that.
It 100% would be, because the knocks on Eric Bieniemy, was it his offense or was it Andy Reid? When you coach under Andy Reid, you have Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and the crew. And even Tyreek Hill for most of his career. You're not gonna get all of the credit all of the time, but if
Why not?
Because it's seen as I think most people see it as Andy Reid's offense, not Eric Bieniemy. So I'm not saying it's fair. I'm just saying if he goes into Washington and even makes them a top 20 offense, if Sam Howell is the freaking quarterback, Eric Bieniemy should get a head coaching job on the spot if he can do that. I get exactly what you're saying.
He's got some weapons there. Like, I understand it's Sam Howell, but like, you got Brian Robinson, Antonio Gibson in the backfield. That's pretty damn good. Terry McLaurin is one of the most slept-on receivers in the NFL.
Sure.
Like, if Sam Howell has a pulse, I think Bieniemy should be able to do some stuff with that offense.
And there's a lot for him to gain right now. I kind of like that move, low key. If you go there and you make that a respectable NFL offense, then people don't have a choice except to say, hey, maybe we were wrong about you to some degree.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all. Tim K, he's probably waiting for training camp injuries and people will overpay. Again, you know, I think we're past the part of overpaying right now. He's there. He's sitting on the lot. You know, now it's to the point where they're going to offer 0% financing on him pretty soon to move him, to move the inventory. DNC ENT Neal, when do vets sign before camp? They don't want to go through camp when they don't have to. This happens every year. Then is that the guy that will he fit in the culture then?
Yes.
Okay.
You can fit a Hall of Famer in your culture.
I'm just asking the question, you guys. I'm just asking the question. Hey, how'd you like to see famous athletes like Jim Harbaugh, Darren McCarty, and Brilliant Edwards play golf with average Joes? Thanks to Randy Wise Automotive and Woodward Sports, you're able to do just that. It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Make the wise choice with your next automotive decision. Head to Randy Wise Automotive Dealerships and make your purchase of your next automobile there. You can go to Woodward Sports YouTube channel. We have our first installment of the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Jim Harbaugh out there on the Sam Flannel. How many times you watch it? 100?
I watched it a couple times because that's my coach, man. That's my coach.
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Big Boy Strawberry Fest has officially arrived, and we're here to show you the very best flavors of the season. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our deep-fried vanilla Oreos, strawberry hot fudge cake, and a slice of our classic strawberry pie. But that's not all. Cool off on a refreshing summer splash salad, or savor the flavors of our chicken Caesar wrap and strawberry bacon chicken wrap. And for breakfast lovers, don't miss out on our strawberry hotcakes or our mouth-watering red velvet waffle. Strawberry Fest is something for everyone. Celebrate the sweet season with us at Big Boy.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Off and running here on a Friday. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you, all of you in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread as well. Subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you get it. Then jump on there and do what, Spenny?
5-star.
Give it a 5-star review if you would be so kind. Get those algorithms pumping. I enjoy reading everybody's reviews. They do make me laugh. So go ahead and do that. Leave a review. As long as you rate it 5 stars, leave a review just for my entertainment, I guess, because they are pretty funny. So I appreciate you guys tapping in and doing that. But we're talking Detroit Lions. The WoodwardSports.com chat thread would be nothing if we did not have our usual Sam Flannel slander, Steve Wild. Sam nominated again for the Bozo Award.
What did I do?
You showed up.
I mean, apparently, because I don't think I've said anything even remotely controversial today.
You showed up.
I said Ben Johnson's the best offensive coordinator in the NFL right now. I mean, you should be happy with me, but I can't make anybody happy, apparently.
Brandon says Bieniemy is nothing without Reed. That's the checklist, and that's how this stuff works. Like, Lindsey, you guys couldn't win until you did. You couldn't win without stars until you did.
But, it's the equivalent of that in basketball is everybody that was an assistant coach at Golden State got a head coaching job because they were at Golden State.
Right. That's the nature of this stuff. That's the way the views work and everything.
Well, it didn't
like
work that way with Bieniemy. He got, criticized and ridiculed because it was Randy Reed's system.
Yeah. It was held against him, man.
Right.
It almost seems like.
Yeah.
Again, I don't have any knowledge of that. I'm just going by what I saw.
No, we know.
You know what I'm saying.
Right.
No, absolutely. I do like this one. And I really am curious what Sam Flannel's going to say on this one. This is a good one, Spenny. If you had to pick 2 current Detroit Lions to make the Hall of Fame, who would you pick? But you can only pick 2. If you had to pick 2, Sam Flannel, Aiden Hutchinson and
Amon-Ra St. Brown. We actually.
So not Penei Sewell.
I mean, I think he's likely to have a chance at making it, but I don't think he's as likely as I don't think he's as likely as Aiden Hutchinson and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think they're all 3 going to be stars. I actually did a segment on the Morning Woodward show the other day. My rationale with Amon-Ra St. Brown is he started off his career with 196 catches in 2 years, while being PFF's number 2 ranked overall wide receiver last year and number 1 against man coverage. His pathway to the Hall of Fame, and I don't think this is outside the realm of possibility, is finish your career with at least 1,000 catches. I believe only 14 players have done that, and every single one of them is either in the Hall of Fame or going to get to the Hall of Fame. He's almost a fifth of the way there already, and that will probably include some Pro Bowls, some All-Pros. We shall see. And my hot take on Aiden Hutchinson, and I think this is kind of lukewarm, not hot. His rookie season, obviously, he validated being the number 2 overall pick, led all rookie edge rushers in sacks. Last season was 9.5. I believe that will be his only season out of his first 10 in which he has single-digit sacks. I think he makes a couple All-Pros. I think he wins 1 Defensive Player of the Year, and I think he goes to at least 6 or 7 Pro Bowls in his first 10 years. And if he does that, he's already a Hall of Famer. I don't think that's outside the realm of possibility.
Interesting. What do you think, Lindsey?
Sewell and Hutchinson.
Sewell and Hutchinson?
Yep.
And you guys know me. Like, obviously, I'm a sim. So Sewell takes up one of those spots because he is ironclad Hall of Fame jacket loading. I suggested that the Hall of Fame should buy the materials for the jacket now to stay out in front of inflation. It's a bigger jacket. It costs a little more money.
Ocho Cinco had his made before he retired.
Well, he ain't going to be there.
Yeah. So that's where it is with me. Spenmo, I'm stunned, man. As soon as we brought this up, it was Ragnow Sewell. I mean, by a lot.
Yeah, for me, I have two that you guys didn't mention my second one. Nobody has yet. I have Penei Sewell and Brad Holmes. I think Brad
outside the box.
I think Brad Holmes will go down as, especially if he wins the Super Bowl. Well, he's going to have to win a Super Bowl to get there. But when he wins the Super Bowl in Detroit,
that's good. That's good work right there.
Yeah.
You know what? Props to you, Spenmo. That was awesome. Not only should he be in the Hall of Fame, they should name the goddamn airport after him.
Yes.
Absolutely. If he does that.
Build him a statue.
Brad Holmes International Airport. Brad Holmes Metro Airport.
I'd be all for it.
BHM.
Change it from Woodward to Holmes. Holmes Avenue.
That's a great call, Spenny. Immediately, he should if he wins the Super Bowl here in Detroit as a GM, they should waive the weight clause.
Yep.
They should not have that stipulation where you have to retire. Just immediately pause the NFL and put him in the Hall of Fame that night. Like, take him from wherever the Super Bowl is, fly him to Canton, have the dude build the statue that doesn't really look like him, the head
bust,
statue there. Yeah. Build the statue at Ford Field. If he does that, Spenmo, I got even another one. You know that statue in Brazil that's at the top of that?
Yeah.
Put it on Ford Field. Brad Holmes like this.
Fellow Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I need someone to Photoshop that for me.
Dude, I'd be so dumb.
Get the statue of Jesus in Brazil. Put Brad Holmes' head on top of Ford Field.
Yeah. It would be, I mean, he would go down as the most legendary sports figure in Detroit.
Of all time.
Of all time. You win a Super Bowl with the Lions and you are immortalized eternally.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I like when we kind of slide off into these side discussions like this because I don't think that people understand the gravity of that statement.
Yeah.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. People are kind of Shift God says they'll build Lamar Hunt and Robert Kraft a statue before they ever build Brad Holmes one. Shift God.
Robert Kraft is for sure getting a statue.
Yeah.
Yes.
But even so, if he wins a Super Bowl I think one Super Bowl win with the Lions counts as 10 Super Bowl wins.
I agree.
Like, you should go right to the front of the line as the GOAT in your field. All of them.
Yeah,
Jared Goff gets in if he's the quarterback.
We're going
Penei
too far
Sewell.
now.
Everybody gets in immediately if you win a Super Bowl in Detroit, Lindsey.
I mean, those guys don't get in. They just helped. I'm not putting Goff.
Everyone, the whole team should go in as like a team award.
No.
The team that overcame the most in the history of the National Football League.
No, I'm not putting those guys in.
Maybe in life. Nobody's overcome adversity like this team.
That's why you guys have a hard time of visualizing the Lions in the Super Bowl, because every time you guys talk about how big of a hurdle it is, it gets bigger. The boulder gets bigger. Every time you guys talk about it, I look and I'm going, man, you guys have the weight of the world on your shoulders.
It's true.
And that's what it looks like to get to the Super Bowl to you guys. It looks like you have to trek the entire earth to get to the promised land. That's what you guys look at every time you think about Super Bowl.
WoodwardSports.com chat there. Chuck Brewer says that's a bit too far, Neal. Kevin Bell says you can't just put everybody in. If you're going to tell me that Ben Johnson's the best offensive coordinator in football, why is it crazy that I think Brad Holmes should be put in the Hall of Fame immediately if they win a Super Bowl?
I don't think it is.
I know. That's a great catch, Spenny. For me, obviously, it's Penei Sewell. I think the two most ironclad Hall of Famers on this roster right now are Penei Sewell and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Those are I'm with you, Sam Flannel. He is putting up. He has the ability Flannel, I'm not overstating this either. This is real. Check the trajectory. He has the ability to put up receiving numbers that match the all-time greats.
I mean, when it comes
all-time greats.
When it comes to receptions in a player's first 2 seasons, he has 196. That's tied for Justin Jefferson and Michael Thomas for the most all-time in any NFL player's first 2 seasons.
Ever.
Obviously, Justin Jefferson we know, but Michael Thomas ever. We forget Michael Thomas had a great 4-year stretch to start his career. Then he fell off.
Yeah.
And Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean.
Slant God, 5-yard out God.
Absolutely, and I told you about how 1,000 catches is the threshold. He's a fifth of the way there right now. That's
Right.
unbelievable. Only 14 players in NFL history have done that. He's a fifth of the way there, and
Right,
he's still a baby.
Yep. So pump your brakes. Not many guys have done it, so we gotta wait.
No, I know, but Lindsey,
Lindsey,
he's been special so far.
No,
Special,
he has.
not good. Special.
Yeah, he has. We've seen this before though.
Absolutely, we have. and look, consistency is a hallmark
There
of
you
greatness,
go,
right?
there you go.
That's the basis of greatness. Consistency.
Let's just hope he, continues, stay healthy, and continues up this road. How good was somebody in the chat? Antonio Brown. How good was he?
He's a Hall of Famer.
I saw a tweet.
sure.
I saw a tweet that compared his 5-year stretch was as good as any 5-year stretch in the history of football.
Oh no, he was a monster.
Yeah.
I'm curious. What is Ocho Cinco's numbers? Because you just shot him down real fast. Ocho was damn good.
For a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me.
I got it.
I'm curious to get Sam Flannel's report
Let's
on
see.
this.
He's got 11,058 yards, 766 receptions, and 67 touchdowns in his career.
Okay, so if I'm doing my calculations, he's 2-time first-team All-Pro. He led the league in receiving yards once. He had 7,000-yard seasons. Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't be upset if they put him in.
There you go.
I don't think he was ever at the level of Terrell Owens or Randy Moss or any
you're
of
talking
those.
about the elite
Right,
of
right.
the elite. But I mean, the Football Hall of Fame is kind of it's iffy because you look at some guys that got in probably because of reputations or
Oh, sure, no doubt.
situations.
Yes, if you want to put in Chad Johnson or Chad Ochocinco and remove Lynn Swan, I'm okay
Don't
with
you
that.
dare say that. That's blasphemous.
Really?
It's one of my favorite receivers of all time.
Well,
That
then-
is
then-
autographed
then I
at
get-
home. And I knew you were going to say that because I was going to ask you to compare the numbers. But don't ever talk about Lynn Swan like that.
Okay,
That's blasphemous.
then Lindsey, then Chad Ochocinco's in.
I never disagreed.
Yeah.
He did.
No, honestly, and this is where I have to have some do a mea culpa. I changed my tune on Chad Johnson. He can get in.
See?
I was a little dismissive at first. My
Yes, you were.
apologies.
As
I
usual.
was,
You're always dismissive. I mean, but that's just you.
but I admitted the error of my ways.
That's where I give Sam Flannel credit, Lindsey. There are very few in this industry that can, listen to a case and then weigh it and say, you know what? You were right.
Except when it comes to certain things.
There are certain things that he will wrongly die
He
on
will
the hill
die on
for.
the hill for.
But, you can't have everything, I guess. Andrew Klingerman, St. Brown's the most overlooked wide receiver in the league. He's a top 5 wide receiver.
No.
The numbers say you're right, though, Spenny.
I don't know about top 5.
Okay, top 6.
Top 10.
Say top 6.
Top 10.
Right outside.
If he
the top
rolls out
5.
and has another $1.25 and another 1,200 yards,
Top 10.
Is he top 10? Who, Sam, 10 guys better than him. Can you give us 10 guys better than him right now?
I have him number 10 on my list. I mean, but that's the thing in the NFL. You got Justin Jefferson, you got Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs, AJ Brown, Cooper Kupp, CeeDee Lamb, DeAndre Hopkins. Those are the guys that I have above him. I got the order a little bit wrong, but I mean, I think Amon-Ra St. Brown with another season where he has, I don't know, at least 110 catches for 1,200, 1,300 yards, maybe ups those touchdowns a little bit. I could see him getting to 7 or 8 at least next year, and then maybe top 5 as the years go on. He's capable. He is.
I don't know. You guys know when I kind of hitch my wagons to somebody, it tends to work out.
It's a good person to hit your wagons
Yeah,
to, though.
no doubt. Hey, Strawberry Fest is a good thing to hit your wagons to as well. It's still summertime, still Strawberry Fest at Big Boy. Breakfast time, strawberry hotcakes, red velvet waffles. Yup, And yup, especially for Spenmo Rackster. Not a breakfast person, which I am not, but I am a strawberry bacon chicken wrap person. That slaps as well. And I'll dabble in the refreshing summer splash salad. Don't forget about dessert. That's the point of this. The classic, the OG, what started Strawberry Fest. Of course, it's strawberry pie. They got deep fried vanilla Oreos too if you want to be more designer. And also the strawberry hot fudge cake. All of that. Get to Strawberry Fest at your local big boy today.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Your childhood may be over, but playtime is not. Outdoor Equipment Company is your source for outdoor power equipment, sales, service, and parts. Carrying top brands such as Bad Boy, LS Tractor, Steel, and more. Servicing the Great Lakes region with locations in Metro Detroit and Greater Lansing. For more information, visit us at OutdoorEquipCo.com. Outdoor Equipment Company, your power equipment playground.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter, NBA champion in the house for D-Mac Sam Flannel, Spencer Rackster here with you. Just kind of putting that Lions discussion to bed. Got a little bit of UFC news, Spenny, as well. Number one, Jamal Hill has torn his Achilles.
No way.
And will vacate his belt.
Oh, man.
That sucks, man.
That
Grand
does
Rapids
suck.
zone.
Yeah.
That really does suck. We were going to be joined by Josh Parisian, UFC heavyweight, who is supposed to fight tomorrow on UFC Fight Night on ESPN. However, Walt Harris, his opponent, failed his drug test, so the fight was canceled. I understand Josh has been rescheduled to fight in August, so we will get him on. Before the big fight. Michigan's own UFC heavyweight fighter, training out of Scorpion Fighting Systems out there in Brighton. Doing the thing, man. His fights are entertaining. They may not be the most technical things in the world, but they're hella fun to watch.
Those heavyweights, they get after it.
Yeah, they're hella fun to watch, man. There is no doubt about it. There's a guy for the Pistons that's been hella fun to watch, Lindsey.
Yes.
In the Summer League. And look, Lindsey, just to kind of recap where we were at with it. Once the Pistons got assigned the number 5 pick in the draft, I think I shared this with you. At that very moment, I altered my expectations, A, with what I wanted in the draft, and B, how I expected them to get that. Once they weren't going to get Wemby or Scoot, I said, you know what I keep seeing everywhere? I see these wings that can defend, that are athletic. Now, granted, the catchphrase now is 3-and-D, which Ausar Thompson is not at this moment.
Right.
Not to say he can't get there, but right now at, what's he, 20? He's 20 years old right now. Not to say he can't get there. But, Lindsey, the early returns are in. And if you want a way over-the-top, grandiose statement about Ausar Thompson right now, I'll give it to you. I would say Ausar Thompson at that spot, at the 3, at the wing, is something this Pistons franchise hasn't had since Tayshaun? Since maybe KCP? Before he left, KCP was the more traditional 3-and-D. Ausar is more athletic.
Yeah.
And I will say this. If you look at that game against the Rockets, and it's Summer League, everybody, I get it. Jabari Smith was putting in work against the Pistons.
Yes, he was.
Except when Ausar got on him and kind of clamped him down a little bit. Lindsey, look, with all due respect to the Morning Woodward show, and Sam Flannel, and Juicy J. Jeff Iafredi. With all due respect to them, I understand this. And, to some degree, fans as well. They see that alley-oop reverse dunk, and you pop from that. We all do. I do.
Right.
Love that stuff. And I know Jeff Iafredi, he's on Twitter talking about, look at this play, and he's got to wipe the drool off the screen and all that kind of stuff. Those are great. But, Lindsey, what he's able to do defensively, his athleticism, I got more excited when he ran down the block.
Right.
Because we haven't seen that, Lindsey. And those are winning plays. And the kid's 20.
Right.
Lindsey, calm me down about this. I'm not saying NBA Hall of Famer. I never said that. But the kind of dude you can win with. Am I too far in?
No, you hit the nail on the head. He is exactly a prototypical wing that, he's young, and we know he's going to get better because he's going to put the work in, and he'll become a 3-and-D and maybe even better because watching, he looks like he loves to play, and that's big for me. I like guys that appear to enjoy it, and he has a better feel for the game than I thought because I didn't get to see him.
Yes, that's
thoroughly
it.
Make plays and things like that, but I'm watching him and he has a great feel for the game, and it's only going to get better, And I'm going to tell you a great comparison because this kid that for New Orleans, Herb Jones from Alabama, that's how I can kind of see, because Herb Jones is a flat-out lockdown wing defender. Like, he can guard 1 through 4.
He's going to win a championship in his career because he'll end up somewhere
where they
need that, and he'll go there and provide it.
And Herb has gotten better offensively.
Yeah.
And Ausar is the same type of player. And if those guys, if they continue to work, and most guys that defend like that will work. You don't have to worry about guys like that getting in the gym and working on their shot, perfecting it. It's just going to keep getting better, man. And like you said, those are the pieces to championship teams. Those are guys you win with.
Yeah, and I got to qualify it. Nobody here is saying, book the Pistons in the NBA Finals next year. And nobody here is saying that every year. I know we have to walk that back all the time. Right. All I'm saying is this. I am very impressed with what I've seen. And it's not just, and look, shooting, you have to shoot the basketball in this league. You have to. There is no question about it. But all those other intangibles that we were told are even more. Like, my favorite thing is, like, the hater that wants to do the Stanley Johnson comp. Stanley Johnson wasn't swatting 3 shots in a game.
No, Stanley Johnson.
2 steals.
Well, I always say this when I was scouting. Looked like Tarzan, plays like Jane. You know what I'm saying? You get guys like that have that appearance, that are strong. You're like, man, this guy. Then they get on the court. And
it's funny. It's funny you bring that up, Lindsey, because we played Arizona the year they had Stanley Johnson at Oakland. We went out there and played, and that was kind of on the scouting report. Like, get into this guy. Like, obviously he looks the part, and he did. They got a steal, and he was out in transition, and he kissed the rim on a dunk, and I was like, damn.
Right.
Made a couple threes, and I was like, okay, like, I see it with this guy. I didn't see, we didn't have like the size to be able to,
with Arizona,
get in his grill,
right,
and really make life uncomfortable from him physically.
Right.
But Lindsey, I like confirmation from people that know. So I'm not making too much of this than the Ausar Thompson, and it's not the dunk. It's not.
It's you're watching his overall body of work, the things that he does on the court that are kind of instinctive for him defensively, like. He's getting deflections on certain passes that a normal guy couldn't do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm watching him play the passing, or I'm watching him recover. Like, people don't understand how hard it is to recover on a guy that beats you. Like, you get the reputation as a great defender. If a guy beats you and you come behind and you tip it away from him or you block it, then people are like, dang, how you recover from that,
Right.
He does those things. Those are intangibles that a lot of that stuff you can't teach.
DNCENT says, I hope Ausar plays tonight. It's a waste of the 9 p.m. time slot. And, look, the Spurs were always going to shut Wemby down. Like that, you knew that was going to happen. You see the Pistons are doing it to some degree, too. You've got what you need.
Once you see what you want to see,
that's it.
That's all I need.
Give the G League guys will take it from here.
Exactly.
Exactly. And that's the way that it works. Now, Ausar will be a little different because he does have to get work in against.
But you want guys like him that are young. You want to they need time on the floor. They need
minutes.
They need to get those minutes up, you know. So I can see him still continuing to play if they feel the need to, but we've seen what we want to see from him. You know, I love the pick. I love the fact that he's a wing and possibly can be one of those guys that, you know, it'll be a staple in your starting lineup eventually.
Yeah.
You know?
And it was that. It was the chase down block, and it was on a night where Jabari Smith was killing everybody. He wasn't killing him.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Hey, Jabari Smith's going to be nice, Sam Flannel.
Heck yeah.
He better be. He's got to make up for that rookie season that he had. But to be fair, he didn't come into the best situation.
Yeah.
I mean, we can all agree with that. But he was very, I would say, underwhelming. He's talented, though.
Let me get your thoughts on Wembanyama. What did you think the first game? Don't give me the second game. Tell me what you thought the first game.
I mean, you saw flashes. That's the thing. The numbers don't really look pretty, but I agree with Neal. I've never thought that he was going to be a bust or he's going to break down or anything like that. You saw him do things that very few people in the history of the world can do, given his size and his skill set. And then in game 2, I like how he kind of validated and shut a lot of the people up who said, "Oh, first summer league game, he's a bust," and had like 27 on 9 of 13 shooting or something like that. Very, very impressed with Victor Wembanyama. I think he's going to be rookie of the year, me personally.
Yeah. And Lindsey, I think you and I texted, I believe, about it. I was like, I've seen all I needed to see. Like, and that was the first game.
It was the first game. Yep.
I said, I remember, I was like, damn, he's gonna be good.
Yep.
Man.
Right. I'm telling you, I just saw a couple possessions and I saw him dribbling. Somebody cut back door. He was like, boop. I was like, oh shit.
Right.
And he might lead the NBA in blocks as a rookie.
Definitely.
It wouldn't shock me at all.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Dude. He blocked someone. I forgot who was on the wing. He was guarding a guy on the wing, and he was standing back. And they tried to raise up and shoot. He just barely was blocked and took off. I was like, no way. Like, that's crazy. And the pull-up jumper he had, between the legs, hesitate, pull-up jumper, boom. I was like, it's over. Like, it's over, dude. I was like, as he gets stronger and more comfortable in the NBA game.
And, timing the screens and everything like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he's going to be a bigger version of KD. You can't
7'5".
You can't stop KD. Like, when KD gets to a spot.
Well, that's what people don't realize. Guys like KD and what Wembanyama will be, you cannot stop him from shooting because you can't get up there.
Nothing you can do. Hope he misses.
Yeah.
Fight him to get to a spot. We're going to fight him hard as we can.
Quick question for you from Big Play Jay, and I defer to you on this one. Is Ausar a day one starter, or does he start later in the season?
Yeah, I don't think he's a day one starter. I think he starts because of all the acquisitions we have. I think he'll
20 years old.
Yeah.
82 game season.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. His head will be spinning by game 40.
Yeah. No, it is. It's a lot. So I'm with you on that. If he continues to progress, I could see him, especially, like, we'll see what the front office does, like the whole Bojan situation.
Right.
I think he's going to end up being moved.
Mm-hmm. We're hearing rumblings about it.
I mean, just it fits the timeline, man.
Well, it just depends. Like, what does Monty see his role being?
Yeah.
Does Monty think he can be part of a playoff? Push?
Which is too bad because I really wanted Bojan is one of the great Piston shooters I've seen.
Yes.
I'm surprised when Bojan misses when he shoots the ball.
He can shoot the ball.
No, he can. Hey, I'll tell you what's not a miss. Swiss Insurance is not a miss.
It is never a miss. Its field goal percentage is 100%. And now that summer's here, it is important to make sure you are properly covered, whether it's a grad party or just a group of people over to enjoy the lake or pool. Your liability exposure increases significantly in summertime. Let the Swiss Insurance Group review your coverage and make sure you are protected from an unexpected loss. Check us out at SwissINS.com or call Mark today at 248-800-4177. Again, that is 248-800-4177. Swiss Insurance.
I love Woodward Sports. Love wearing clothes. Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Lindsey, Hunter, Sam Flannel, Spencer, Raxter. Hour number 2 of the show on a Friday. We got a Lions nickel package coming up, an NBA fast break as well. Remember, subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast, wherever you get your podcast. iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker. But that's not all. After you do that, what do you do next, Benmo?
5-star.
You 5-star review it. Make fun of Sam Flannel in the review as well. Whatever you want to do, go ahead and do it. As long as you rate it 5 stars. And don't forget, too, Woodward Heavyweights coming up 5 to 7.
5-star.
5-star that one. Morning Woodward show.
2-star.
5-star. Come on, Spenny.
5-star.
5-star. I always hype you up for 5-star. Come on, Spenny.
5-star.
5-star.
2-star.
Damn it. And just for the review.
5-star.
Yeah, 5-star it. And yes, Jen, smash the like button right here on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel as well. Corey Berry says that's a big Lions package. It will be, and we want to give it its due. Well, we'll be doing that one coming up in just a couple of minutes. Tigers back in action after the All-Star break. Just real quick, because they're going to fade from the consciousness in about 3.5 weeks. They're in Seattle tonight. Eduardo Rodriguez on the bump. And Lindsey, look, ma'am, I told everybody, I was honest with everybody. I told a fib. I didn't know I was lying at the time. I really believed what I was saying at the time, but it turns out I lied to the people. Where I said I was going to take a free roll with the Tigers and say, hey, they're 5 back. Whatever, I won't get emotionally invested. I'll just free roll it. I can't do it with this team. I can't do it with this offense. One of the worst offensive baseball teams I've ever had to watch in my life. I just don't see how there's a path. Because again, yes, they're 5.5 back, but they're 5.5 back of 2 teams. Yes, they're 5.5 back, but the division leader's 500. The Tigers are 11 games under 500. What's the path? They going to rip off a 15-2 run to get to 500? It's not possible.
No. Curtains.
Curtains. So
You keep getting emotionally involved, though. You keep.
Chad Fisher says Neal will jump back on the bandwagon.
Yes.
Now, look, no, Lindsey, see, here's the deal, and this is where the fine line is with me. Mm-hmm. I've told you guys this many, many times. I watch every single night.
Right.
Or listen in the car. Every single night. I do it all summer long. It's my thing in the summer.
Right.
It's what I like to do. I can do it realistically, though.
Okay.
I can divorce myself emotionally from it. I don't get caught up. I'm still going to watch.
Right.
But before I told you I was going to take an emotional free roll. Can't do it. Not with this team. There's no path, Lindsey. So it's a long way of me saying this. Because Spenny asked, what are your expectations after the All-Star break? To quote House of Pain, pack it up, pack it in. Trade, Lorenzen. Hey, can I interest you in an all-star pitcher? Trade Eduardo Rodriguez. Because he's not coming back. He's got an out in his contract, a player option. It's never going to be higher for him. Flannel, it's never going to be higher.
No, and you saw him in his last start get knocked around pretty hard. And Eduardo Rodriguez.
Yeah, but the intangibles were there. The swing and miss stuff came back. I wasn't overly concerned.
No, I understand that. My thing with Eduardo Rodriguez in terms of him helping us this season is that Eduardo Rodriguez has always been a pretty solid pitcher, but he was never as good ever in his career as he was with pre-injury this season. So at this point, I think if you don't, the more you wait, the more he could regress to the mean and the less value you could get for him. I guess if there's anything to be positive about, Riley Green is back. Riley Green is hitting over 300, has an on-base percentage of 373. Besides for injury, he has panned out. He has taken that step. And if you want to watch Tarek Skubal and Matt Manning, who pitched very, very well when they came back, at least Matt Manning did in his 6 2/3 of that combined no-hitter game. But Neal, the day the music died was when Tarek Skubal, in both of his starts, allowed 0 runs.
Yes.
And the Tigers lost both of them in crushing fashion both times. That was when the music died. They win those two, and I might still be back on they could win the division train.
Which falls in line with when you lost the series to the Rockies at home.
The A's.
Or the A's, excuse me. When you lost the series to the A's at home, that was it.
The A's is even worse.
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's and I keep hearing about, Lindsey, they're 5.5 back. And every time I look up, they lose every series they play. Toronto's in town, lose the series. Oakland's in town, lose the series.
Yeah, I mean, I guess their pathway, if they have one, you cannot lose a series the rest of the year to either Cleveland or Minnesota. You got to win every single one of them.
So again, it comes back to this in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. George, if they win 63% of their games they're in right now. Here we are, Lindsey. We're back to this game. It's over.
Not going to happen. You are what your record says you are.
And they're 11 games under 500.
There you go.
A little more than halfway through the season.
There you go.
So guess what pace that is, Sam Flannel?
That would be
around 71-ish wins.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And I don't know how much this matters, but it wouldn't shock me at all either if the Minnesota Twins actually finish maybe 8-10 games above 500. I mean, Carlos Correa, Byron Buxton, they haven't really been playing well. I could see them hitting a hot streak, and they have Bailey Ober and Sonny Gray. Those are 2 Cy Young caliber pitchers. So it wouldn't shock me at all if they went on a little bit of a run, and then if that happens, the Tigers will probably finish the season 15 to 20 games back.
And that's it. And look, there's some talk in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread about the kids and things like that. And here's kind of my deal with that. As far as they go, and here in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Steve Reinhardt says Lorenzen, Erod, maybe Baddoo, all gone. You're not getting anything for Akil Baddoo. Seat 4A on the airplane, maybe. That's what you would get there. But if they plan to bring up Keith, then Ibanez or McKinstry will likely go too. But watch out for Manning. He could bring a good MLB-ready prospect. I think that's a bit aggressive for Manning. I think he would get you a flyer, but whatever. That's semantics. I will say this.
Trade everybody.
Well, no, not everybody. Just Rodriguez, who will be gone. Lorenzen, who will be gone. And take what you can get and keep it pushing.
I agree.
Because through all this, and Steve, I'll say this too. If they were going to bring Colt Keith up, I think they would have by now. Like, what more can he do?
He'll be a September call-up.
Yeah, well, right. When it doesn't... and I'm not saying they're, like, manipulating service time or anything like that, but I just don't see the point of it right now. Because if there's a point to do it now, there was a point to do it a month ago. And they didn't. Mm-hmm. Is that fair? Am I out of line here?
That's fair.
That's it. That's all. So, I guess, Lindsey, the answer is, what do you expect in the second half? Not much.
Curtains. It's curtains, baby.
Zachary Jones with the what up, Neal? What up, man? Appreciate you, Zachary, tapping into the show. Big Con 51. Neal, do you think Akil Baddoo is a window seat? I was thinking more of a middle seat.
Oh, not the middle seat. Aisle or window, at least. What do you like better, aisle or window? I like aisle.
Oh, I'm team window.
Really?
Yeah.
I like aisle because you can put your leg out.
Yes.
It's situationally dependent, though. So, like, if we're on a road trip or whatever, and like we're not flying back till the morning, and I get out into the evening a little bit, I definitely prefer the window. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If
you can just sleep and nobody bothers you.
100%. Yeah. And you bring, I'm the king of those little neck pillows that don't work as neck pillows. You know what they are perfect for? You fold them up right on the side right there, man. They're glorious. That's a little veteran move right there.
That's fair.
For you. If I'm like going out to Vegas or New Orleans or for a bachelor party, then it's team aisle seat all the time because there's certain physical situations that have to be accounted for as far as the bathroom goes.
I'm also a big Comfort Plus guy.
Yes.
In the Comfort Plus, you get the extra leg room, you get free drinks, and all you got to do is say that you'd help people in an emergency.
That's it. And I'm enjoying that this evening on the way down to Fort Lauderdale. It's a matter of fact.
That's what it's all about.
That is what it's all about. Bringing the golf clubs too. Mm-hmm. Gonna get some golf in.
I remember my friend who doesn't really fly booked us our flights to Cali one year, and he booked Spirit flights to California. It was one of the worst experiences.
Yeah, I know that was bad.
It was terrible. I was like, dude, we're doing Delta on the way back. He's like, it's like $100 more. I was like, yeah, there's a reason. And it's $100 more.
See, you guys all slander Spirit, man.
Spirit
never had
sucks.
a problem.
It sucks.
I've never had a problem.
A Spirit flight to Florida or to New York or something like that, I'm fine. But a 6-hour Spirit flight?
I've done it to Vegas a couple times.
No thanks.
With the guys.
No thanks. And like I sucked it up because like I've flown before, and I'm a big guy. My friend Paulie that I was with is like 6'4", 6'5". He's a big guy. We're cramped in the little seats. And my boy Dante, he's a smaller. He's probably like 5'10", and he couldn't do it. He got up like 4 times and just walked to the bathroom. And I was like, dude, you did this to yourself, man.
You did this to yourself. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Dabber313. You get the Woodward Reserve the Woodford Reserve on Comfort Plus.
Yes.
Spirit does Buffalo Trace, which is strong.
Yeah. I'm a Woodford Reserve guy, though.
See, I'm more Team Buffalo Trace. Double Oak, though, yes.
I had a good night with some Woodford Reserve in East Lansing.
Double Oaked all the way, yes. And Planet Fitness, yes as well. We're live in the Planet Fitness studios. It's always a great time to join a Planet Fitness. Still $1 down, still $10 a month. You know all of that. The judgment-free zone. Anyone can feel comfortable in their attempts to reach their fitness goals. They will build you a lasting, active lifestyle. Squeaky clean gym, tons of equipment. We all know that. They got the 30-minute circuit workouts. If you're a guy, if you're some idiot on there and you're going to be on a treadmill for an hour, I don't know who would do such a thing, but there are people that do. Doesn't matter. There's an army of treadmills. There's an army of weight equipment. You get in there and you do the work. And for access to your home club, just $10 a month. You want to feel special? You want to be a baller? Planet Fitness Black Card, $24.99 a month. Over 2,400 Planet Fitnesses around the world you can go to. I'll be going to the one in South Florida this weekend, and it's easy. Scan your phone, boom, you go in there, you get your work in, away you go. That's it, that's all. Planet Fitness, best gym in the gym game today. I don't know what else to say. Go to planetfitness.com or just pull in the parking lot. You'll pass a couple on the way home. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. Because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Lindsey, Hunter, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. Let's get into it. The package part of Package Fridays. Y'all want to do the NBA or the Lions first?
It's up to you.
First comment in the woodwardsports.com chat thread.
Well, we know it's going to be Lions.
NBA package or the Lions package? We'll give you the 15 seconds of lag time right now. People talking emergency exit row, first class, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it comes with a premium.
Never been in first class, but...
It's dope. I flew first class home from Paris one time.
That must be nice.
It was awesome. They were out of coach seats. and I was flying back.
So how long was that flight, man?
From Paris, about 9 hours. I was flying back. We went to Italy to see my wife's family, and we were flying back. It was me, my wife, and her brother, and they had 2 coach seats left. And since she was my girlfriend at the time, so they put them together because they were family.
Nice.
And I said, hey, I'll jump on the sword,
Yeah.
and I'll go sit in first class. First time I ever had quiche.
That's fair. Quiche is good, man.
Quiche is good.
Yeah.
Really good.
I like quiche.
You'll like this. I drank every Heineken they had on the plane.
Hell yeah.
13 of them.
That's what it's about. That's what it's all about.
I didn't even want Heineken.
No, but I mean, hey.
But you guys do want the Lions nickel package, Lindsey, so let's get into it. It is Detroit Lions nickel package time. 5 questions about your Detroit Lions.
All right, first question of the Lions nickel package. What rookie will have the best season for the Lions this year?
I guess you're gonna trust me to craft this the way that I want, because I think there are 2 answers to that. I think there will be one that is more impactful, and I think there is one that will have better numbers. I think the one that will have the best numbers will be Jack Campbell, because it's a usage-based scenario where he's going to come in. The plan is you bring Jack Campbell in here, he starts the rest of his career.
Yeah.
That's the plan. All plans are great. I will say this. I think the one that has the potential for the most impact, believe it or not, is Laporta.
Yeah.
And look, I know you'll say, well, Neal, he's from Iowa. I get that. I understand that. But I think he has the potential to be even more of an option for this offense, Lindsey, that already has a lot of options. I think he can unlock a lot of things.
Yeah, but he's a rookie.
Well, they're all rookies. That's the nature of the question.
So we don't know. I'm going Gibbs.
You think so?
Yeah.
See, I'm just such a Montgomery slappy that I just think there's not enough. Now, if you wanted to tell me, say, hey, he's going to be the beneficiary of the JMO absence, I'll vibe with you on that. And you can line him up in the slot. And you're right, he has to be to some degree. But I think that's where Laporta will come into play also. So I'm not hating your answer. I debated that for a minute. But I think Laporta could be. I do. I just think that there are some questions. Answer 14, Neal breaking off some fresh Lions take. BD3, but Neal, he's from Iowa.
It's fair.
And Brandon Katz on base.
So it's Purdy's from Iowa.
Well, Iowa State, right?
Yeah.
Iowa State, yes.
Yeah, State of Iowa, same thing.
Same
All right,
thing.
second
Not
down.
much of a
Next
difference.
question. Will the offense improve from last season?
I'm going to have no response to that, because this year for the Detroit Lions, especially offensively, in particular, let's just say what you really want to say. Say what you really want to say. Just say, will Jared Goff be better? Because that's your question. I can see through you, Spenmo Rax.
Oh, they got more weapons.
I know where you are with it. There is no better or not better. There is only pass-fail. For me with Jared Goff and this Lions offense, there is only pass-fail. You win a playoff game, you pass. You don't win a playoff game, you fail. That's it. That Lindsey, maybe am I oversimplifying it? I don't know, but I think that's where we are. Your thoughts?
No, I mean, we shouldn't be talking about win a playoff game. We're talking about last I heard, win the division, right? Win the division.
I don't even care about that. I don't. Win a playoff game.
I feel you, yeah.
Division titles do not matter.
Right. Win a playoff game, get to the championship game, and have a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Lose to the 49ers, and I'll be happy.
DNC ENT says water finds its level. The offense comes back down slightly, and the defense improves dramatically. And, I think it's a lot to ask him to throw single-digit picks again. That's a lot.
That is a lot to ask for.
So, I don't see that numbers-wise. You want to get granular. Maybe you can say they took a step back. I would counter that and raise you a playoff
chances,
win.
Though he possibly could do it, because he doesn't really take chances like that.
That's fair. That's a fair take. But again, it's just win a playoff game. Then yes, we're out there in these streets, and the offense was better. Don't care. Yeah, I don't care, man. I'll Brandon Katz it. Don't care. All right, third down.
Third down. Will Penei Sewell end up being the highest paid lineman in the NFL at some point in his career.
Yes, because he'll be the best lineman at some point in his career. Again, I'm compromised because I'm a simp. I understand that. I don't run from that. But if you are the best lineman, then you will be the highest paid lineman in football. And by the way, they just showed on TV up here, Sam Flannel, Lane Johnson deadlifting 700 pounds.
Jesus. I mean, that's why he's definitely the best right tackle in the NFL. Maybe the GOAT right tackle. But he's still got some years left, man. He is good.
I think he had every 45-pound plate in the gym.
That just looks so uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah, his ligaments are going to be just ripped apart by the time he's 40.
But he'll be paid.
I can deadlift some weight.
Yeah. What's that?
I can deadlift some weight. Deadlift's a big man's game.
It is a big man's game.
I can deadlift some weight. I think I maxed out at 625 my senior year.
Jesus.
And you were a swimmer.
You're Lane Johnson
Yeah,
then, basically.
I was a football player too, though.
Yeah.
That was during football season.
You had to be the world's only high school football player / swimmer.
Yeah.
/ defensive lineman / swimmer.
Yeah, my offensive line coach was the wrestling coach, and he would yell at me, Spenny, come to the fucking wrestling team. I'll make you all-state. I was like, Dave, I'm already an all-state swimmer. Like, I can't just stop. I've been doing it for 9 years. I'm not just going to stop.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, that was fun. All right, next one.
But to back it up, though, yes, he will be the highest paid Spenmo. And again, Spenmo, I go to your point. Look at the clip. Him versus Micah Parsons, who won that battle.
Yeah.
Everybody's hero.
Who? Michael Parsons?
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, this is the greatest player in the game. Oh,
No,
Panay
he's
didn't think too
not.
much of him.
Bosa.
I was told he was.
Bosa's better.
I don't know. I'm just going by what I was told, Lindsey. Right, Sam Flannel?
Bosa won, Parsons too, when it comes to edge rushers.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Parsons isn't an edge rusher if you ask Brandon Katz. All right, next question. Who will have more interceptions next year, Kirby Joseph or Chauncey Gardner-Johnson?
Kirby. I'm Team Kirby as well. You know what? When we answered earlier about that Hall of Fame, my honorable mention was going to be Kirby Joseph. I just felt like that was too aggressive. And I know we've been kind of aggressive today. I just felt like that was too much. That was my version of saying that Ben Johnson's the best offensive coordinator in the NFL. It was too much, Lindsey.
Not really. Why? You guys are spiking the right way. Everything is pointing the right way. Let's keep it going. Why are we tailing off and shying away from
Lindsey is setting us all up.
Embrace the greatness.
You guys see what he's doing here, right? Flannel, you see what he's doing?
Yeah, I mean.
You do? Okay. Spenny, you see it?
Yeah.
The chat, you guys see it? Because I do. I know what Lindsey's trying to do. He's Lucy, and we're Charlie Brown. And he's telling us to run up there and kick the ball. You're waiting for this, aren't you?
No. Guys, we have all this hype. We got Stoke not scared. We got, we were going to run the table the last 10 games. We got the best offensive coordinator in football, right?
That's what I was told.
We got future Hall of Famers that are budding. We got a quarterback that's supposed to be top 10, top 5? What is he supposed to be?
Not top 5, maybe top 10.
Top 12.
Spenny will get. Spenny's like a roll with the punches.
But listen to all those different variables that we're talking about. And how can you have all that and then your expectations is, let's make the playoffs? That don't even go together.
I just want to win a playoff game. I just want to win a playoff game. Pass, fail. You know what's funny about all this, though? Spenny is one of the more laid-back dudes that we all know. Very easy, mild-mannered, goes with the flow unless you want to get in a street brawl down in downtown Royal Oak. He's got that in the bag. He'll do that if need be.
I can flip the switch.
Yeah, but for the most part, dude, you're pretty chill. You're laid back, not granular. You don't strike me as a big details guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you talk Jared Goff, and you say he's top 10. Spenmo's like he's 11.75.
Yeah.
He gets really granular all of a sudden.
Top 14.
And analyzes every single detail. It's amazing to me. Just how he flips the switch and gets analytical.
So, Spenmo, that's the reason you were hesitant about Super Bowl, right?
Yes.
Because of golf. That's fair. So you have a reason.
Yeah.
But everybody else is saying golf is the guy.
Yeah, I know. People are fucking delusional.
You know what? I know we got fifth. You know what? Impromptu segment.
Okay.
I feel like we have to check back in on the Jared Goff situation.
Yes, we do.
All right.
We just need to check back in. All right, fifth down.
Fifth down, can Brad Holmes be the one to bring a Super Bowl to Detroit?
We touched on this a little bit earlier. Spenny, yes. Because he drafts players that play.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's new for us.
But
and he's done it consecutive drafts.
He's done a good job. But still, there are naysayers that weren't on board with his draft picks this year. Because all I kept hearing is, he won't take a chance on a guy that may have questionable character issues.
People questioned the value system this year.
He drafted a running back
and then chased
round?
that with a weak side inside linebacker.
What are we doing, guys? I mean, that's all I heard from everybody. I
was guilty. You guys saw the picture that went around social media. Guilty. Was stunned. I couldn't move.
That was a great picture.
I couldn't move. Stunned. But, when the dust settled and the smoke cleared, I had to remember who was the guy that was pulling the strings on it. And I owe him that. Because I haven't seen the rate of success that he's given us. Not since the Chuck Schmidt days in the late 80s, early 90s. I haven't seen it. So, Lindsey, I'm forced into giving him a pass. I am.
But you reluctantly gave him that pass.
No,
right?
No, not even
after
reluctantly.
You thought about it?
After I thought about it, I was like, remember, Lindsey, that would be like us if we were going to you're going to have a staff pickup game here. And, I got to sit there and think about, man, should I draft Lindsey?
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't have to think about that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's the number one pick.
He's the number one pick. The guy making the picks. That's what Brad Holmes was, the Lindsey Hunter to the staff pickup game. There is no debate. You got to let this man, let him cook. I know that's overused, but you got to let him cook, man. All right, when we come back, we're doing it. We're jumping back in. The Jared Goff, we just need to check back in with everybody. See if there's been movement from any. Be honest. I know I'm asking a lot when I ask the people to be honest. I know. But, Lindsey, I want to get your take on it. We're just going to check back in on a Friday, and then we'll get back to an NBA fast break, and we'll ride out and get you to your weekend, everybody.
All right, well, let me tell you guys about Guardian Alarm first, because Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and no Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And, of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security is there's technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT. And let them know Big D Energy sent you.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter in for D-Max, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. All right, let's do it. The Jared Goff thing, I just did a flyby of the tower, and it sparked it, and away we go. It's time to put our cards on the table.
My cards are always on the table.
But I'm going to ask you a series of questions, Spenny. Not even a series, just a couple. And all I'm looking for is honesty. I'll save you for last, Spenny, okay? Because that's The people are waiting to hear what you have to say. Lindsey, as a I'm not going to say you're not a Lions fan. You grew up in Mississippi.
Lions are my second team.
Lions are your second team. You're here. You came here. You got drafted here. You live here.
Right.
You are a Detroiter
Right.
now. You are.
I'm not going to do like some people that pick a team that's not even remotely close to us, or
Yeah, you're not a Seahawks fan or
Chiefs. How do you pick them?
Yeah. Just hit your band. Be critical of everybody that loves the best quarterback in the game. And then you yourself, 30 seconds later, say, I'm a big Patrick Mahomes guy. You're not like that.
No, sir.
And luckily for us, we don't know anybody like that.
Right. People that just, I'm a Patrick Mahomes fan, so wherever he goes, that's how, LeBron fans are like that. Like, I'm a Lakers fan now because LeBron's there. What? I thought you were. Okay.
Lindsey, as somebody with some impartiality to a degree, give me your State of the Union on Jared Goff, Lindsey.
Well, naturally, I think he can get you to a Super Bowl. We've witnessed
seen
him
it, right?
do that, yeah. But he was dismantled by New England, just totally.
As was Tom Brady by the Rams to a degree. That game was 3-3 in the fourth quarter.
That was the worst Super Bowl of the past decade.
No one can debate that. That's the worst Super Bowl I ever watched.
Yeah, me too, probably.
I just think we have to see more from him, like
that's fair.
A continuation of how he ended the season,
and that's fair. So
right.
You're very level-headed, very even keel. You're pretty much chalk.
Yeah,
pretty much on brand.
So they have. Let's look at our quarterback rankings. Your quarterback is number one, of course, right?
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers at a solid 6. Lamar Jackson 7. Trevor Lawrence jumps to 8.
I think he can be top 5.
Sure.
Dak Prescott at 9. I don't agree with that. But Deshaun Watson at 10. I don't agree with that either. Kirk Cousins 11. Brock Purdy at 12.
No.
Needs to be higher. Jared Goff 13. Right ahead of Geno Smith and Daniel Jones. And Justin Fields.
Right. And you can massage that and flip it to the other side and say, well, let's look at QBR, right? That's basically the whip of quarterback ranking. Is that fair?
Supposedly.
That's fair.
That's fair. Okay. It's like your analytical base. Last year, Mahomes was 1, Josh Allen was 2. Oh, Tua was 3. Oh, that's weird.
He was very good.
Jalen Hurts was 4, Jared Goff was 5.
Right. QBR,
which is the whip of quarterback
Supposedly.
rankings to some degree. So, but to sum it up, you're very level-headed about it. You are pretty much what the consensus is. All right, Flannel, where are you with Jared Goff? Right here, right now.
Man, this is
It's a loaded question, I know.
It is a very loaded question. Obviously, I beyond love what Jared Goff did for the team last year. Having the best season of his career, in my opinion, leading the Lions to a top 5 offense, scoring-wise, in the NFL. I think this year, it's a big year for him because if he validates what he did last year, given the fact that he has his coordinator coming back, a lot of his weapons, his offensive line, then I could maybe revisit my take of him not being the quarterback of the future. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there is a reason why in 2019, 2020, and 2021 overall, he was fairly mid. And I would say when Anthony Lynn...
Which those Rams teams were to some degree.
And that's fair because like when...
People forget that.
When 2019 Todd Gurley fell off and in 2020 Todd Gurley was with the Falcons by then. So yes, obviously, I feel like he has enough around him to succeed this year. And if he does, if he has a season in which he throws maybe 30-plus touchdowns and less than 10 interceptions, I'm not saying it's likely, but it's possible, and the Lions win the division and win a playoff game, what can you really say at that point? I think he has a lot he can validate this year. He can shut a lot of people up. I don't know about Spenny, but some people that are on the fringe.
So you're kind of in my camp. See, well, how much in my camp are you? I don't give a shit what it looks like if they win a playoff game. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I do not care, Flannel.
If you're judging Jared Goff, I don't know if I agree with you on that because it's like it's a team accomplishment. I don't think it's pass-fail for Goff necessarily, playoff win, no playoff win. It's a team.
See, but I think that depends on your narrative, though, right? Yeah, like that's the one thing that I fight with on Jared Goff, especially in this town. If they win, it's because of the talent around him. If they lose, it's because Goff threw an interception.
That's all quarterbacks, though.
Yep.
But it's it's extra here, it seems like. Here it's extra. And the Carolina game is a great example.
The Carolina game wasn't his fault.
To this day, though, Spenny, when we talk about this game, there are a couple that pop up every single time in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Well, what happened in a big game with Goff when they had to have it and we're on the road? He lost the game.
The Carolina game wasn't his fault. The Seattle game wasn't his fault.
But we read those texts, man.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
But I would also argue, though, that a very important win, the game at New York playing the Jets, that wasn't because of Jared Goff. He benefited from a Khalif Raymond punt return and a perfectly designed play in which he had to throw a little quick pitch and catch to Brock Wright, which he ran for a touchdown. So it goes both ways. It depends on the game. I would agree with you, though, that the Seattle game and the Carolina game, in no way, shape, or form were they his fault.
Yeah, your defense can't give up 45 points, and then you say it's the quarterback's fault. Like,
and then the Eagles. So then, by default, the Eagles game is the same.
Yeah.
You know, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Ransom says Ben Johnson stayed because of his relationship with Goff. So you tell me that Goff isn't important. So with that being said, we go to Spencer Raxter. And real quick, too, this is for Sam Flannel. Elway in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread asked, where was Joe Burrow? In terms of total QBR last year, he was 10th.
Yeah.
Behind Lamar Jackson.
I mean, I'm the wrong person to talk to about
behind
Joe
Geno
Burrow.
Smith.
Because
yes.
I happen to think that Joe Burrow's playoff resume is highly overrated.
So sit here, whoever just made that comment, sit here, look me in the eyes, and tell me you'd rather have Jared Goff over Joe Burrow, and I'll tell you to shut up. Yeah,
They can't do that.
All right, Spenny. Now the floor is yours. Have you changed at all?
No.
Have you considered? Has he given you some things to consider?
No.
Is there anything he can do?
I mean, yeah, but it's not likely. Like I said yesterday, if he goes out and has 5,000 yards and 45 touchdowns, like, yeah, but I know he's a good quarterback. He is a good quarterback. He's an above average NFL quarterback. Like right there's the tier of guys after the elites, the Daks, the Goffs, the Cousins.
The who? Who was the first name?
The Reigns.
Oh, yeah, okay, now I know what you're
Dakota,
talking about, yeah.
The Goffs, the Cousins, the Derek Carrs, all those guys that one of them will have a great year and he could possibly push himself up into the top 10. The next year it'll be a different one. Sustained success is eluding those guys. The elite playmaking ability is eluding those guys. So
okay,
for me, that's what it is. He's a good quarterback,
that's
but
fair.
He's not great.
And Spenny, hey, that's fair.
He had a great year last year.
And he's had great years previous in his career.
Yes.
Great years. And had great duels. I'll duel Patrick Mahomes before. Like, all those, those little ancillary elements are there. But, Spemo, I'll say this to you. When you look at Jared Goff, and I'm not upset with you. I can't say, oh, you're wrong, Spenny, here's why. Because you can say, I'm right, here's why. Mm-hmm. And there are some truths to both sides of it. I will say, I think where you and I differ with this, and the easies of the world at Woodward Heavyweights 5-7, shout out.
5-star.
5-star review it. Here's where the disconnect is. I think that you guys, and this isn't a Hendon Hooker thing.
Yeah.
It's not Hendon Hooker, the player, the person, any of that. I am of the opinion, like Brad Holmes said, I think that it is far easier to get worse at the position because you're not getting one of the elite guys.
No, unless you don't win any games.
Right. Yeah. That's the only way you're going to do it.
Yeah. Or you trade up. But even then, you're not getting that guy at that time. You're getting a facsimile of that guy. Yeah.
But with all that being said, I think in your heart of hearts, Spenny, that you think that if you went with Hendon Hooker today and rolled out forward, you think you would be a better team or no?
I think you could have the potential to be a better team because of the contract. Like, I have the faith in Brad Holmes that he can put a rookie in there that will be good, that will be equal to what Jared Goff could be, whether it's top 15 area quarterback, top 11 to 15 in that area quarterback. Brad Holmes can find that guy.
You said 12 to 14. Those were your words.
12 to 14.
12, 13, or 14.
12
That's
to 14 area quarterback. Brad Holmes can find that guy and put him in there. I'm fine with Goff. Like I said this before, I'm fine with him what he's making right now. But when you're looking at re-signing him to 40-50 million, that's where I
we're not there yet.
That's where I jump ship. Yeah, and so
as it stands today at $32 million or whatever it is, we're good.
I'm cool with it. Yeah.
All right. See, we just had to circle back and check in and see where everybody was. It's not. I know we like to stand there and yell at each other and stuff like that. There is a point where we fall off from one another. I think, though, that in the majority of points, we're the same. I think so.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. That's why I vibe with you, Spenny. I still got to get you that coffee, by the way. That's weak on me that I haven't yet.
It's all right.
You want it today, or you want it on Tuesday? Tuesday morning when I come back?
Good.
All right, let's do it that way. Sports Marketing Agency, they spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. The podcast called This is the S Word helps address the stigma associated with seeking help. If you're struggling, or some of you know is struggling, go to thesportsma.com. Thesportsma.com, the Sports Marketing Agency. They're here to help.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Ruhl here for 5 Iron Golf. Play, practice, and party at 5 Iron Golf as they open up their new spot inside the Cambria Hotel in downtown Detroit. Downtown's newest sports bar, 13 TrackMan simulator, certified instructors, and a full bar and restaurant. Probably most importantly, a full bar. Mention promo code Woodward at checkout. Get 50% off your first visit. And visit 5iron.com to tee up the good times. Again, that's 5irongolf.com. Get to downtown Detroit. Coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. And, I really wanted to just check in, see where we were. We are 8 weeks away from 8 weeks from today, we'll be doing the first post-game show.
Fantastic.
That's hype.
That's crazy, man.
Who's that first game, I guess?
At Kansas City.
Who's their quarterback?
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. DNC ENT. So the heavyweights are fine paying Stu $18 million a year because the, quote, cap is going up. But don't echo the same sentiments about Goff.
Yeah.
It's okay to admit the agenda you are playing isn't working.
Dude,
and
shut
regroup.
the fuck up, man. We're not paying Stu fucking $150 million. It's different in the NBA. The cap's different. $16 million in the NBA is equivalent to a $20 million contract. And oh my God, bro, stop it. We're not paying Stu $50 million a year. A $16 million contract in the NBA is the equivalent to a $10 million contract in the NFL. If we're getting Jared Goff on an Isaiah Stewart-esque contract, I'm good with that. But he's not going to ask for an Isaiah Stewart-esque contract. He's going to ask for a fucking Steph Curry-esque contract. And no, I'm not okay with that.
Tell him, Spinny.
Jesus, man.
Tell him, Spinny.
I'm sorry, DNC-NT. I value you're a good guy.
Oh, the Neal Ruhl qualifier. The
no.
key is you got to do it before you do that, not after.
He's a good guy. I appreciate his support in the chat. He's always in the chats.
That's okay, Spinny.
Okay, I have to take some accountability. I knew what the end result of that was going to be.
Yeah.
I knew. To a T, I knew what it was.
I read it too. I was like, you gotta tell Spinmo this one.
And Lindsey, I played the carnival music, and I rolled Spenny out there on a mini tricycle. I did that.
Yeah.
I did that, and I feel bad. No, I feel bad.
Yeah, it's all right.
No.
I'm sorry I did
Gotta
that.
spike the blood pressure a couple times today.
Just to let you know you're
Yeah,
alive.
just to feel it.
Oh, Lord, that was good.
But I read that comment
Me too.
instantly
Me
and
too.
said, yes.
He's going to flip.
Wheel the man out and entertain us, clown. And you did. You were triggered.
You know, hey,
It
happens.
all happens to all of
It
us.
happens.
People do it to me regularly. So I'm sad I did that. Bradley K. Neal is a sick man. I am. That was bad of me to do.
all right.
But I do not take it back.
there's a couple things that they get me every time.
Yep.
No,
Oh,
it's all
man.
right.
Jack Harrington, high blood pressure is key. Corey Berry says, for more, tune in from 5 to 7 on Woodward Heavyweights.
Oh, God.
Sorry I did that to you.
It's okay.
Neal is an evil genius.
It's fair.
That sounds so sinister. Yeah. I wouldn't classify myself as that. I'm not sinister.
man.
All right. NBA fast break, then let's ride off here. Let's do it.
All right, first question of the NBA fast break. Can the Denver Nuggets repeat?
Yes. They have a revolutionary player at set. You know what? Mariah Rose kind of framed me in a bad light on her Instagram. Talking about when I was selective clip of me talking about Jokic, how he revolutionized basketball, and says recency bias is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Didn't include the part where I said, well, Mariah, he's been doing this for 5 years and has won a couple of MVPs. So that's all. She's still goated, though. So
For sure.
We'll still have her back on the show. Yes, because Jamal Murray showed us.
Show us.
He's the running mate. He is. And Lindsey, that was my question. I got ridicule from my son after they won. He's like, see, Dad, I told you Jamal Murray was good. I never said he wasn't good. He held the keys.
Right.
Jokic couldn't do that by himself. No. He held the keys. And then you sprinkle in Bruce Brown and KCP. Now, I know Bruce Brown's gone. They'll have to answer to that. They'll have to figure that out.
Yeah, they'll have to get somebody to replace.
But, Lindsey, they can win a title again, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm waiting to see who retools out west that's going to give them a run. Nobody's really retooling right now. I'm hearing mumblings about Harden trying to force his way to the Clippers.
I heard the Suns, too.
Yeah, he's trying to get out of there.
Yeah.
That'll help Denver if he goes to the Suns. No. I'm the biggest James Harden guy around here.
I mean, he sucks, but he can play.
Yeah.
He led the league in assists.
That's
Like
what I'm
everyone
saying.
keeps saying that.
No,
like
that dude
he
can
sucks.
Play. No, but he can play.
And
like he's not a guy that I would just welcome to my team without concern.
$60 million
because
for 5 years.
We're
no.
gonna sit here and say, is this clown gonna get here and our team's gonna implode because something's not right for him? Now I want to go elsewhere. He's done it everywhere he's been.
Right.
So why wouldn't he do it again? That would be my question. But in the short term, if I'm Phoenix, if I'm the Clippers, with what I have, if I can get him and not lose anything,
question.
I'm going for it because you can win a chip with him being your third best.
Mm-hmm.
Or if the Phoenix, he'd be the fourth best.
I think he'd still be better than Bradley Beal.
I think he's better than Beal.
Yeah.
Did I miss something while I was on the golf course? Like, the Bradley Beal hate has become real.
No, I don't hate.
Hey, you guys hate him. I can do it too. You guys hate the man.
No.
What changed?
No, he's good, but he's not.
He's not MVP.
James Harden?
Yeah, James Harden was MVP.
Motor City Muscle. Since Harden got fat, he ain't been the same. James Harden is cancer. Dude, he led the league in assists. And the games Philadelphia did win in the playoffs. Who rose up, Flannel?
That would be James Harden.
Oh, because he averaged 40 a game in those games they won.
He was terrible in the games that they lost, but Joel Embiid was terrible that whole playoff run. That is fair.
Because it happened. I would just slap the box screen on the score and say, tell me.
Yep.
Tell me. So, no, that's it. I'm not... Danny Raxter chiming in. Way past being the guy.
Yeah.
He's not the guy.
Not the guy no more.
But he can run an offense and go get you 40 in a playoff game at Boston.
Point. If he's your third best option, you're good.
How many guys out there are readily available that can go get you 40 at a playoff game in Boston?
Not very many.
Like, let's work backwards here. All right, number two.
Next question of the NBA fast break. Will Golden State work with Chris Paul?
No, because nothing works with Chris Paul.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what? I'm tired of that shit, too, by the way. I'm tired of that. You know what? At some point, you got to do it. I go back to this all the time with Isaiah Thomas, man. Did it with nothing. 900 people at the Silverdome. Walks in the door, back-to-back NBA championships, one of the great dynasties of the NBA. What did Chris Paul do to deserve all this? To where when you speak ill of him, you get, oh.
No, I'm not, I don't
why,
love
wait,
Chris
why?
Paul.
What did he do? Did I miss that? Did that happen yesterday?
I'm not super high on Chris Paul. I mean, he's a top 5 point guard of all time, but he's better than John Stockton. I'll tell you that. I hate John Stockton.
We're in lockstep on that. It's just, Lindsey, I don't get it with the Chris Paul thing. Like, can he walk into Golden State? No. That Golden State team that couldn't deal with half man, half a season?
He dominated that series.
Yeah, because that's the way Golden State's constructed.
Well, they don't have bigs. They don't have bigs to deal with him. And he got dominated in the next round.
Yes, he did.
He played all right offensively.
Oh, here we go.
We're not going down this.
Yeah, we're good.
Motor City Muscle. Chris Paul took weak-ass Oklahoma City to the playoffs. Okay, cool story, man. At what point do you got to win something?
You're being a little dismissive. Chris
Am
Paul's,
I?
I mean,
Tell me his big win. Tell me one. One.
Well, they got to the finals in Phoenix. They blew a 2-0 lead.
That floater over Tim Duncan.
Yes.
That's probably the best.
Yes.
That's probably his
Over
biggest
Tim
win.
Duncan?
Yeah. When they beat the Spurs when he was on the Clippers.
Yeah, there was Game 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
It
happened.
was like
In
last
what, like the second round?
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh.
I think it was.
Was it first? We don't even know when it was.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, though. I think we'd all agree with that.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yes. Okay.
Well,
Cool.
I think he just. It seems like he's always coming up injured right when you need him the most, like right at the end of the season.
When the Phoenix trade happened, when they got Durant, the minute after it happened, what did I say into this microphone? One of those two will not be available when they get eliminated from the playoffs. I would have bet my child's lives on that.
Well, they'd still be here.
Double up.
Yeah, Chris Paul went down. What is it? Another hammy?
Shocking. Shocking. Let's sneak in number 3 real quick.
Okay, number 3 of the NBA Fast Break. Is the in-season tourney a good idea?
Lindsey, you go first on this one.
Well, I don't know what purpose it's trying to serve. Like, what is it? What is the purpose of it? Now, I do like the fact that they're giving guys money to win it.
100 G's, right?
Yeah, more.
Or
like,
500 G's a guy, I think it is.
The winner gets $500,000.
Yeah.
I think the runner-up gets like $250,000, and the other guys get like $100,000. So I like that part of it. That's good bonus money. But what purpose is it serving? Give me a reason why we're doing this. Like, because no team is really benefiting from it other than monetarily, but you're not getting like, hey, we get home court in the first round regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing.
I just think it's kind of goofy that they're using regular season games as the determiner. You know what I'm saying?
The championship game won't even count stat-wise.
Right. But all the other ones do.
Yeah. Like, what the hell is that?
If you're counting like the semifinals, then just count the finals too.
I don't know, man. There's something they're just trying. I don't know. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Do they get rings too? Oh, mid-season.
They get a trophy, I'm pretty sure.
Spenny, you're young. You like it?
I mean, I don't not like it. It's a little spice in the middle of the season.
Will you watch it?
Yeah, oh, for sure. I mean, yeah.
Will you watch it next year?
I'm a sicko, yeah.
Will you watch it the following year?
Yeah.
It's probably not going to be around that long.
Okay.
I will watch any form of NBA at any time.
Right.
All right. Real quick, let's do the break. Come back, finish this thing up, and then ride out of here. Lady Jane's, huh?
Yes, Lady Jane's. And of course, I just went to Lady Jane's not that long ago, have my hair looking all nice and good. Yes, not that long ago, about a little over a week ago, and with the fresh cut and the fresh shave, I think I look 5 years younger. But anywho, you can also walk into any Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars, one for you and one for your wife, girlfriend, or best bud. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
is Chris.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Back at it, Big D Energy, final segment of the show. Neal, Ruhl, Lindsey, Hunter, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, taking the long way here for the NBA fast break. We got a couple more, then we had a question that was proposed. Let's get it, Spencer.
All right, next question of the NBA nickel package. Can Ja Morant bounce back after his off-the-court fiascos?
Lindsey, I don't know, man. Like, from a talent perspective, obviously yes. But to do this twice, that's being pretty obtuse, as they said in Shawshank Redemption, man.
When we say bounce back, what do we mean? Do we mean like his reputation, his standings with the...
like making all-NBA teams.
Like being the dude.
The only reason he wasn't on the all-NBA team this year was because of that.
Yeah, he can bounce back from that. He can get back to being all-NBA. He can get back to that. Because regardless of how much foolishness he did, the dude can hoop.
No doubt. And look, let's be real. I'm the president of this club. I don't care what people do. Between those lines, man, you get buckets. I'm not asking you to raise my children, Lindsey. I'm not. Go get buckets.
And he can do that.
And he
with
can
the
do
best
that.
of them.
No question. I just wonder, from a mental perspective, you know what I'm saying? Like 25-game suspension. He just made life on the road a hell of a lot harder.
Yeah,
so that's more adversity he's got to overcome. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
a good point.
That's tough, man. That's tough. And will it crack him or not? I don't know.
Gilbert didn't bounce back from it.
You see what I'm saying? That's my point, dude. Like,
yeah, but
John's better than Gilbert, though.
No doubt. Gilbert was nice.
Gilbert was very nice.
Gilbert was but Ja Morant is a MVP caliber talent. Like, he could win an MVP. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That, and that's
But can
rare.
he overcome this?
I think a guy that has that type of ceiling,
see, but Lindsey, like,
can do it.
So what we're talking about right now is mental side of stuff, right? Like, that's what we're talking about right now. My reservation is he wasn't mentally strong to not do something like this again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that shows me there's a little bit of mental weakness there. That's fair.
Well, I'm not going to say mental weakness. I'm just going to say just childish foolishness. Like, because some childish acts aren't mental weakness. It's just foolishness. It's foolhardy. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of can separate that.
That's fair also.
You know,
we've been very fair here today.
I think he has the resources to be able to get whatever he needs. Like, he could go get, hell, if he wants, he can have somebody travel with him, a personal assistant, to make sure I don't leave my damn room.
Yeah.
You know, hey, if I need something,
and there are dudes in the league that have been like that.
Yes, hell yeah, plenty of them.
Lots of them.
Shit, there were some that weren't like that did shit that never got out.
Like Dennis.
You know, so I've seen, you know, look, man, what the kid did, I'm not excusing it at all. It was horrible. It was horrible to display a gun, to take a gun to Denver. All that shit was bad.
Yeah.
But I've seen worse.
And we will see worse.
You know, we just didn't have this.
Yeah. No, I
Thank
get
God.
it for
We
sure.
didn't have these.
We got number 5?
Yep,
Last
last question. Who is your rookie of the year in the NBA this year?
Do we even have to say
there's no
You don't think anybody? You don't think Chet can make a push?
Nah, stop. Come on, man.
Spencer, did you watch?
Yeah. Do you see?
Were your eyes working?
Do you see?
Were your eyes working between 7 and 9 last Friday?
You think he's going to play the whole year, though?
I think so. I think Pop is, because if you watch how they played him in the summer league, he's going to guard perimeter guys. He's going to start at the 4.
Yeah.
They're not going to put him down there and let him get banged all.
Yeah, but I mean, he's starting at the 4. I mean, Milwaukee comes into town. He's going to have a.
They're not going to let him guard him initially.
Yeah.
He'll be the guy coming over the block.
I feel like stars are going to hunt him though, because that's how you get somebody who comes in the league. He's the best prospect in the history. of sports.
They're going to go after his neck.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
But the NBA is not as physical as where he's coming from. People keep forgetting that.
Yeah, that is true.
Think about when we go play.
They are going to grab a hold of him at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's still, he's used to that.
Yeah.
They're more physical. International basketball is way more physical than the NBA. That's why certain guys struggle. When we pick Team USA, there's a reason guys start getting sent home. But they don't say it. They just say, hey.
Schedule didn't work out.
There's a reason Bradley Beal got sent home from the USA team.
The reason why Killian Hayes didn't make the French team.
Adiz 411, Magic, Isaiah, Curry, Oscar, Kidd, Nash, Paul, Stockton.
Chris Paul's better than Jason Kidd. I know that's a little I know that's kind of nitpicky, but I would take Chris Paul.
They're the same.
No, Chris Paul's a better offensive player than Jason Kidd.
Kidd's better defensively.
Kidd is better defensively, but Chris Paul, he's led the NBA in assists 5 times and steals 6 times, and he's a better playoff performer than you'd think. He just had some untimely injuries.
And Kidd was a triple-double machine.
He was, but I mean, he was also the king of the 13, 10, and 10 triple-double.
Just like Chris Paul was the king of the game winner in the second round.
That was a hell of a floater, though. That was supposed to be a big moment for the Clippers.
That's enough. Hey, have a great weekend, everybody. TV 20 tomorrow, Detroit City FC Pittsburgh. I'll be on the call. For Lindsey Hunter, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, thanks for tapping in on the Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.